poked away, picked up by Andre from
three-quarters, and he hit it! He had his eyes on the prize and let it fly!
What's going on, all you Tandemals out there? Is another edition of the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live exclusively on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. Proud member of the Vendetta Sports Media Podcasting Network, not blacklisted. Joining me as always, the co-host of the stars, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Cooper Cup to my Matt Stafford, maybe? No, I don't like that analogy. The Eric Weddle to my Aaron Donald, Jackson Law. J Law, how the hell are you?
Hey, I was fine with the first analogy because that means
I
got Super Bowl Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, better that than Jalen Ramsey. I could have made you Eli Apple. There's one person in the company that is Eli Apple, but it's not you.
Eli Apple lost. He got
more than us. Dude, Eli Apple. Eli Apple. You want to talk about the luckiest dude in the world of sports? It's Eli Apple. How you know that you God must be on your side if you can get burnt like toast and still be a multimillionaire. And joining us is the Sean McVay of Vendetta Sports Media, the boss man himself, Trey Daubert. Trey, how the hell are you?
I've been better.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm here. I'm a team player.
Yeah,
I'm coming on shows.
I just got yelled at by the wife. Take a deep breath before you have a heart attack. Yeah. Peek behind the curtain. I had myself a little bit of a meltdown. Being HR of a sports media company is almost as frustrating as being the owner of a sports media company. But we're not getting into that. We're here to talk sports. We're here to talk gaming. We're here to talk anything and everything. But J Law, I cut you off. How the hell are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm tired. Yeah, but I'm good.
Hold on one second. I'm also there we go. I was planning on sending out my hey, the show's going live because I put it up on my Facebook as well. So, being a team player and all. But let's get some stuff out of the way. The main things that I definitely want to talk about today are the storylines going into the Super Bowl, both the game and some of the BS that came with the halftime show, which to me was probably among the best that I've seen in a long time.
I loved it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it was generally accepted as a good or a really great halftime show when the hype was up here and everyone's like, yeah, it lived up to the hype.
Well, Trey, as a lover of stirring said pot, you know that your halftime show was huge when you get the jackasses, the social dredges, the deplorables, the scum of scum. The amoeba that suckle on the taint of the underbelly of the scum of the earth are mad about your halftime show because of the social ramifications.
Are there people mad about the halftime show?
Yes, there are.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah, there was one jagoff that got found out that and
I guess it makes sense. People are mad about everything, right?
1 second here. Let me show you. I sent this to Courtney. I sent this in the chat, and I'm going to share my screen for a second. Now, for those, this is a trigger warning for those, because I know that every time I see it, it makes my blood boil. So this is a trigger warning. So if you're easily triggered, I'm not telling you to get off the stream. I'm just giving you that warning. Close your eyes for a second. Go ahead, Courtney. From this guy. And I got to find this fella's name because his name got out there. I reported this tweet. Yeah. When I say the deplorables, when I say
it down yet? I'm surprised that it was
I
up for
don't
as long
think
as
it
it
is.
was.
I don't think it's down yet. I'm going to take this down because I don't want to give this. I don't want to give this jag-off anymore. I'm just showing you some of the things that have been coming out. That moron Charlie Kirk had some stuff to say too. According to Courtney, it is still up.
He normally does have things to say, that Charlie Kirk, huh?
Oh, Charlie Kirk apparently is talking about how the Super Bowl was overly sexualized and blah, blah, blah. It's like, so you don't have an issue with the Dallas Cowboy girls half-ass naked. But Mary J. Blige, she's not even showing all that much skin, but you got a problem. You know what, Charlie Kirk? You just don't want to admit that a black woman's curves turn you on because you got to maintain your clanhood.
He's
cool.
intimidated. He's intimidated.
Oh, he's beyond intimidated. He's beyond intimidated. And that's the whole issue. Anyone that has the social media, I don't like. I actually had to pull someone off of I took someone off my Facebook friends list because they tried to say, oh, that was so disrespectful to the cops. And someone in their comments tried to say, all these thugs, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? You're gone. If you refer to a black person as thug, just for those that don't know, you refer to a black person as thug, that is a step down for referring to a black person as the N-word. So if you do any of that stuff around me, you might want to put your hands up and protect your button because I might be looking for it.
Isn't that the problem with social media? They don't police any of this stuff.
That's true. They don't. And when
they don't police any of it.
And if it does get policed, then you get these idiots from the soft right. I'm not even going to call them hard right because they're soft. They're SAWFT, soft. Soft. They sit there and say, oh, you're violating our First Amendment rights. No. I see we need a civics class in schools. See, when someone stops you from saying something, it is not a violation of your First Amendment rights. The First Amendment just says that you can say whatever you want to say within certain guidelines, and the government can't throw you into a deep, dark hole. That's what the First Amendment protects you from. First Amendment don't protect you from catching hands for being an asshole. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh man, shout out to Garrett on that one. So now Courtney.
That was Chad.
Chad. I keep forgetting, man. You know what? Oh, that's right. You know what? It is. Courtney didn't like Mary J's song choices. Tell you the truth, I mean, honestly, if I now, all right, before we get into the game itself, let's get to the halftime show. Courtney, why don't you come on this because you've got an opinion on this?
Yeah, I have nothing to add. Like this
my only disappointment about the halftime show, it felt too short because there were too many stars up there. You know, like Eminem only got his one song. You know, I mean, 50 is really only known for two songs, and he sang one of them. So, you know.
Oh, man. You know what? You're right. Anybody, you can say the N-word if you want to. Results just may vary. Absolutely. It's just like, and Courtney, I know you've heard people say this too, because I've heard some clueless ass white folks say, well, if black people can call each other that, why can't I say it? And here's my thing. Delroy Lindo said it best. So go ahead and say it. Yeah. Go ahead. Say it. Well, I don't want to say it. No, you obviously want to say it. So say it. Well, I don't want to say it. Then why is it that if somebody else says something, you feel that it should give you the right to say something? If I jump off a cliff, are you going to follow me? No? Okay, then. So, Courtney, you're saying that you're disappointed in Mary J's song choices. Jackson feels like Eminem didn't get to do enough songs.
Well, I mean, it was everybody didn't get to do enough songs. Everybody was.
Oh yeah, because it was only like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was getting hyped when Kendrick came on. I'm a huge Kendrick fan.
See, I don't okay. I'm not a Kendrick fan.
So I like. I'm not. Started playing the intro to Mad City. I was like, oh my god, I was.
You know what? You want to know what? I'm still mad at Kendrick Lamar. I got beef with Kendrick Lamar. I do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Kendrick. True or false? Kendrick Lamar did the soundtrack to Black Panther. True or false?
True.
Black Panther is supposed to be that's supposed to be us finally getting our spot in comic books, in the comic book film genre. True or false? That's true. So why would you do an entire soundtrack and have the N-word in the music? I just feel like Kendrick Lamar, for as talented as he is, He could have put some music in there that didn't have that in it. You know, if you're going to do that on your own music, cool. On your own album, cool. But not on a soundtrack of an album that's our first full-on foray into a multi-billion-dollar industry like comic book film. You know what I mean? That's my only gripe. He's talented. I recognize his talent. But after I was so excited to listen to the Black Panther soundtrack, but when using the Black Panther soundtrack had the N-word to it, that just turned me off, and I just couldn't enjoy it. That's my beef with Kendrick Lamar. It has nothing to do with it. The man's lyrical stylings. The man is a lyricist. I think he's a better lyricist than Kanye West could ever be. I just feel like he could have done that way better. That's just my opinion. But
big game there. Better than Kanye West.
I don't. We'll see. I have to be fair. I don't even like Kanye West. I don't like him at all. Like there's.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't like his face. I don't like his voice. I don't like his attitude. How the hell you gonna have that much of an attitude when you look like you walking around with the like forever broken jaw? He seriously looked like someone rocked his jaw every day of his life. Like he looks like he's got his mouth full of cotton because someone broke his jaw. He really does. So it's like, so how are you going to be that much of an asshole when you look like someone rocked your jaw every single day? Well, maybe that's why. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Courtney, what songs do you wish Mary J would have done?
I don't know, but then, okay, so I understand she, her music is about like love and everything. So it does make sense why she couldn't really go up there and just sing like My Life or something like, like something like that. Because it would kind of just...
It would throw it off a little bit.
Yeah, throw it off. So after I was like, okay, yeah, she can't really do that. So I guess I can't be too mad.
Yeah, I mean, but don't you think, though, she probably could have, I think if we were going to go with something that's got a beat to it, she could have done Real Love. Because that's a good beat. It's a good move. And then she could probably even, honestly, she could do that if M got one song. She could have done that, and that could have led right into Lose Yourself, to be honest. I like the fact, though, that everyone's caught up in their feelings because M took a knee. I love the fact that all these people are caught up in their feelings over that. I think it's hilarious. I'm glad he took the knee. I'm glad it's got people talking. I'm glad it's continuing to talk because I'm sorry, the NFL still has a lot of work to do. See last week's conversation with Josh Taylor and the week before that when I was throwing more Hadoukens during the show than I was off camera. But there's something else I kind of want to go on to. Trey, do you think Cooper Kupp deserved to be named the Super Bowl MVP? Do you think that was right? Who
are you going to give?
Aaron Donald.
Okay, that's fair. I don't have like a real oh my God, he should have gotten it.
Okay. I even would have been okay, Jackson, with co-MVP. Because if Aaron Donald isn't doing what he does in the second half, the Bengals run away with it. They already got away with a pass interference in the opening drive of the second half. They already got away. And that was so I would have been fine with Stafford getting it too. What's that?
I would have been fine with Stafford getting it.
I can understand.
Yeah. I didn't think Stafford was going to get it just because he had the 2 interceptions. And I know the second one really wasn't his fault. It goes down in the stat sheet as an interception on him, but it hit his receiver in the hands and he just let it slip through his fingers.
Oh, I got mad. I got kind of mad. I'm not even a huge Rams fan, but I got mad at that. I'm like, man, you got to put if your hand touches the way I was raised playing football, if your hand touches the ball, you should be catching it.
Yeah. I was fine with Kupp getting it. I mean,
yeah, I don't think there was a real gripe whoever got it.
Nah.
No, I feel you. I mean, I can understand why Cooper Kupp getting. I mean, it's a big deal because Stafford rode his back that whole final drive. He rode his.
He had to
because he ain't have nobody else. Nobody else was making the catch. Nobody was catching the ball other than him.
What was it like? Kupp had it was 8 or 9 receptions in the game, and 4 of them came in that final drive, that game-winning drive.
Right.
That was going to be the big storyline. If the Rams lost that game, we could have immediately pointed to, why did you guys draft Tutu Atwell in the second round again? Why did you draft Ben Skoranek, who couldn't see the field at Notre Dame? Those were the guys who were on the field. They weren't doing shit. So if Kupp wasn't the hero, there was going to be a problem. They probably weren't going to win that game.
Absolutely. But even still, even though they won the game, I think that Odell Beckham has made a huge case for just how great he is, because that Rams offense was done. They had zero running game. And the Bengals, you got to give the Bengals credit, man. They nullified Cooper Kupp for 3 quarters. So
I think you could say the same thing about Robert Woods too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Beckham should probably just stay there.
I agree. I think
he's found a situation that works for him. Why ruin it? You know?
It's LA. It fits his personality the best.
He loves that. Like, that was his dream. Probably 5 years old growing up. He wanted to be a Super Bowl champion for the Los Angeles team.
Right.
Don't screw it up.
And I think that a lot of people slept on Beckham a lot because of his time in Cleveland. A lot.
It was hard not to.
Right, because he was a shell of the guy that played for the Giants. But I think that, and tell me if you guys agree with me on this one, I seriously think that his best years, I don't want to say his best years are behind him, but his body is starting to let him know that time is winding down. Because once you throw, because with the way I watched how that knee planted, and I knew I was hoping against hope, but just as someone who's had knee injuries, it's like, he ain't coming back in this game.
That's the second one on that knee too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question from Chad. Do you think Odell is still a cancer?
No. I'm going to put it on Baker.
Oh, you and a whole lot of other folks. Baker catching a lot of smoke after that touchdown, especially.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here for it. Browns fans been talking a lot of smack, and players too, talking a lot of smack past 2-3 seasons, and they couldn't do anything. OBJ finally gets on a team with a good head coach and a quarterback that's much better. He's not Baker Mayfield, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that maybe Odell's kind of similar to me. I don't thrive in chaos either. I don't thrive in bad situations. I never have.
I don't blame him.
You know what? And Chad brings up a good point. Why was OBJ wearing cleats on turf? And that does make that makes a big difference. I think
he did have custom ones for this game, right? He customized the Super Bowl thing.
Yeah, he customized. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. I think that maybe his dad should have been like, son, you might want to customize some turf kicks instead of wearing cleats. I'm just saying. But I mean, now here's the thing, though. I don't believe that this is the last time we see, and I've actually started referring to Joe Burrow as JC3, Joe Cool III, Joe Namath, Joe Montana, now Joe Burrow. This ain't the last time JC3 is going to be in the Super Bowl, is it? Or is it? Because here's the thing: Dan Marino goes to the Super Bowl in '84. Never gets back. Do you guys? I mean,
remind me. I wasn't even alive. Don't remind me.
Now, do you think, Trey? Look in your crystal ball. Look in the Daubert ball.
Oh boy.
Do you see the Bengals going back to the promised land, or do you think this is a one and done? Because
this goes against everything that I believe in, Bryan Tan.
I mean, I know, but this is for fun. This is for fun's sake. The Toon Squad.
I mean, maybe they go back. They got a lot of work to do. Yeah. I know for a fact they got to clean up that offensive line. That puppy's far from perfect.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they did a great job in the first half, keeping that front seven from attacking JC3. But
Jesse Bates is a free agent. Probably need to bring him back. Good safety. They need more corners for sure.
Oh, Eli Apple need to be gone. I'm surprised he ain't been cut already.
All of the corners they have drafted, like Dre Kirkpatrick, Denard, William Jackson. None of them are on the roster. They're all first round picks. They need corners for sure. I mean, Burrow and Chase is a hell of a building block. That T. Higgins is damn good too. So
yeah,
they can.
I'm shocked that Tyler Boyd had that drop. He ain't had a drop in almost 2 years.
They killed him.
That's the
if
worst.
they have a better running back than Mixon and Ryan, they probably win the game.
I'm surprised they didn't utilize Mixon more because Mixon was getting some yards. He was getting some
especially
good
in
yards.
the passing game.
Yeah,
those guys got nothing going in the passing game.
Yeah, I think that because here's the thing: if you've got a team that's really worth its salt, like the Rams, Jalen Ramsey, he had a rough game, but he didn't do too bad. And this Rams defensive,
I thought he had a fine game.
You take everything that everyone takes away. If you take away the 75-yard touchdown to T. Higgins to start the second half, which was clearly offensive pass interference, then he has a great game.
Yeah, he was more. I think
he gave up 43 yards outside of that play.
Yeah, there was like one big throw to Jamar Chase, and that was like the one. That was the one time.
Chase has been killing everybody.
Right. Yeah. So that's the thing. So Jalen,
especially with these rules as a corner, you're going to get beat.
Yeah, right.
It's just the way it is.
So this Rams defensive secondary did a good job taking away, not nullifying Chase, but doing a good job of keeping him contained. They did a good job with Tyler Boyd, good job with T. Higgins.
And for the first half, they didn't have much of a pass rush either.
Right. No. They really didn't. So if Mixon or Ryan are maybe just a little bit better coming out the backfield, the Bengals are doing a much better job. And that's true. If Ramsey doesn't fall,
saw that picture.
If Ramsey doesn't take that L.
Yeah, no, it was the final play. It was that fourth, it was like 4th and 1 or something. And it's when Burrow was getting dragged down by Darnold, and he just kind of flung it. It fell incomplete. Ramsey had fallen down and Chase was wide open, but
he took a couple of trips and falls.
There was no way that Burrow was going to be able to see him. So I think that's what Chad is referencing there.
Thing is though, is that Ramsey, I think Jalen Ramsey in a lot of ways he redeemed himself because there was a lot of flack on Jalen Ramsey because I
would take him yesterday.
Same here.
Yeah.
I think that Jalen Ramsey has really put himself out there now with that performance in the Super Bowl as one of the top, if not the top corner in the league. Just, stay on your feet a little bit better. Don't be Chase Claypool tripping and falling, But no, I think you're absolutely. I think though, going back to the Bengals offense, I think I think at least Ryan, if they get a better complimentary back to Joe Mixon that can make those catches out of the backfield, I think maybe the Bengals win it because Ryan,
he's not very. Ryan's awful.
Ryan is garbage. He's absolute trash.
Yeah, and it's surprising that on that 3rd down play, right before their 4th down play that ended the game, that they went with him instead of Joe Mixon.
Yeah. Well, that makes you wonder what's going on with Joe Mixon.
Too, though. Can we say this? We can't hammer the Bengals today. They won 4 games last year. They went to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not hammering
them. No. I think what we're doing though, we're kind of giving them the constructive criticism due a team that lost a Super Bowl. We can't. They don't
try to blacklist us.
I will say this though, even as a Steeler fan, I recognize how great the Bengals are. The Bengals are the kings of the AFC North. Hell, right now they're the kings of the AFC. Period. Because, and I'm sorry, the Chiefs got exposed by the Bengals. The Chiefs got exposed. I think that Tyreek Hill got exposed. I think that the Chiefs offensive schemes kind of got exposed.
If you're a Bills fan today, are you waking up like we were the best team in the league? Fuck.
I seriously think, honestly, I think that if the Bengals really shore up that offensive line, and I mean truly shore up that offensive line, if they do what I told the Steelers to do last year, focus on your hogs in the trenches, I think they're back in the Super Bowl, and I think they're dominating. Because I'm sorry, if Joe Burrow actually gets the time to pick teams apart like Matt Stafford had, oh my God, like with that kaiju in the receiving core of Chase, Boyd, and Higgins. Oh my God.
I just don't think we should sit here and blast the Bengals because they did a lot of things.
We're not blasting.
They did a lot of things.
They said we're analyzing. We're analyzing. That's what we do.
Great signing. So was DJ Reader. And they got the Chase thing right.
Right.
And they got a kicker for life too.
The only person on the Bengals that needs to get blasted into a cannon and out the door is Eli Apple. He's the only one, in my opinion. Because everything big that was given up by that Bengals defense was Eli Apple. Yeah,
we don't know how hurt.
We don't know how hurt Burrow was. We do not know. And Mama Burrow and the whole fam, they looked way more nervous than you would have thought.
I mean, it looked painful.
There's
a lot of people that were hurt too, because Stafford rolled his ankle.
Got rolled up too,
and he was limping pretty bad.
And I even said in my live tweets, if Stafford can't go, this game is over. And I want to touch on this a little bit before we go to break, because I know we're up against it. I definitely want to talk more about how Matt Stafford is not a Hall of Famer, because I'm kind of, I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. But I want to talk about that more in the next segment, because we're going to talk a little bit more about Matthew Aloysius Stafford, the man who was real quick about he got the hell out of Detroit. Don't let the pregame fool you. You know Matt Stafford wanted the hell out of Detroit. I don't care what his wife said for the TV cameras. His ass wanted out of Detroit. Yo, everybody wants out of Detroit. You see how quick crap, why is his name escaping me? Gordy Berry got rid of Motown and got the hell out of town and went out to LA. Everybody wants out of Detroit. I don't even know if Eminem still lives in Detroit, but Matt Stafford wanted out of Detroit to get what he got, which is a Super Bowl. Because there's no way in hell he could have sold his soul to the devil for longevity in the NFL, and there's no way in hell he would have won a Super Bowl there in Detroit. But we're going to talk about if Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer, and we're going to shift gears to gaming. The day that I've been waiting for has finally come. Cyberpunk got its current gen update. Talk a little bit about that too. Yeah, Marshall don't live in Detroit. Nah.
Can't blame him.
As soon as he got $5, he left 8 Mile. At 8 times 8 miles per hour, he got the hell out of 8 Mile. But we'll be back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. Make sure you join us on social media on Twitter @media_Vendetta, Vendetta Sports Media, wherever else you are on the intrawebs. And we'll be right back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show.
The following broadcast is brought to you in association by XP Coffee Company. XP Coffee Company is the fresh brewed coffee made for gamers by gamers. Get amazing flavors like Choco Loco in 8, 12, or 16-ounce bags. Or level up and get Illusion, Isolation, Nightmare, or the Majestic Throne blends in light, medium, or dark roast in whole bean, coarse French press, drip, or fine espresso in 12-ounce, 16-ounce, or 2-pound bags. Wow! Shipping worldwide. If you're in the U.S., go to usa.xpcoffee.co. If you're in Europe or in the UK, go to www.xpcoffee.co. XP Coffee Company, for gamers, by gamers.
All right, we're back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show. We are broadcasting live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. If you have Amazon Prime, man, your subscription is free. I do believe.
Yes.
And yeah, it is. All right. And we're Jackson and I are joined, of course, by the boss man himself, Trey Daubert. Trey, is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer? Is he?
Why can't the answer be maybe?
I'm not saying it can't. Scotty says that he isn't. I'm okay. We're here to debate. We're here to have a discussion on it. So Jackson,
I think the answer is we don't know yet.
Fair enough. Well, why don't we? because now let me see if I can get into that crazy place I called the mind of Trey Daubert. Is it because
you don't want to be there. Trust me.
Oh, just trust me. I don't want to be in mine. I don't want to be in mine.
You've only had to deal with one intern. Trey has to deal.
You've gone too far. Hit the reverse button.
Hey, it's okay. I'm in mine as well. It's pretty screwed up in here too. Is it because this is only his first year out of Detroit that we don't know yet?
He's 34. He's probably got 5 years left, right? Something around there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
his first year with the Rams, he led the NFL in fourth quarter passer rating. I think that means something.
Mm-hmm.
He wins the Super Bowl his first year out of Detroit. That probably means something.
I think so.
And we should do this too.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he was drafted by the Lions, why should we hold that against him? You know,
That's a good point.
we do live in a sort of simulation world, right? He gets drafted by any other team. He's not this miserable for 10 years or however long it was.
12.
So why can't we throw that out the window just to assume that he put up a lot of great numbers in Detroit? He made the best of an awful situation, the worst situation in the league. He won a Super Bowl. We'll see what happens in the future. He wins another one. Why can't we put him in?
I agree. What do you think, Jackson?
I was going to bring that up. If he wins another Super Bowl, like Trey said, I think he's got 4 or 5 years left. He'll play them all with the Rams. Rams are going to retain all their vets, everybody. If he wins another Super Bowl, then he's at minimum in the same category as someone like Eli Manning, who a lot of people think
he's better than Eli Manning.
And that's what I'm saying. I said at minimum he's there. I think
he is beyond
as a talent, he is better than Eli Manning. But Eli Manning's probably going to get in because he did it in New York and he won 2 Super Bowls. Stafford could have hypothetically at that point 2 Super Bowls in Los Angeles. And I think he could. And
I know this is kind of you'll appreciate this, Bryan Tann. You remember Herschel Walker?
Sadly, yes. Well,
he's not in the he's not in the the NFL Hall of Fame or whatever.
No, he's in the college Hall of Fame.
But we know how much of a monster he was at Georgia.
Oh yeah.
He gets drafted by the USFL. We missed his best years in the NFL. His best years were gone by the time he got to the NFL. He signs with the Dallas Cowboys, and they were bad. Like he was carrying a really bad Cowboys team, but he was so good to where he got like 8 draft picks and like 12 players for the Vikings and created the Cowboys dynasty.
Right.
By the time you guys in Minnesota, he didn't have much left. Whatever. Point is, the guy was a monster. Matthew Stafford at Georgia was sick. He was the first pick in the draft for a reason.
Absolutely.
He was ridiculous. He's probably the best quarterback Georgia's ever had.
I agree. I'll even go as far as to say when we're making the Matt Stafford Eli Manning comparison, Matt Stafford is a far better quarterback in college than Eli Manning. He has a stronger arm.
Way stronger.
Everything about Matt Stafford. If you looked at me and said,
I believe Stafford's thrown for 40 touchdowns in a year or something, right? 30?
I'm looking here now. Matt Stafford has he has not thrown for less, except for one season where
give me his high touchdown year. There's just no way.
His touchdown year was 41.
Okay, there's just no way Eli hit the 40.
I don't believe he did. Courtney, can you
no
get those
chance.
stats? Can you get
no
those
chance.
Stats? The lowest amount of passing touchdowns that Stafford had, and this is
he's been hurt a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm sure
he threw for 19 in 8 games in 2019 where he was injured,
8 games.
and then 6 in 2010 when he was injured. He only played in 3 games, and 13 when he played in 10 games in his rookie year. That's it. Every other year, 41, 20, 29. Yeah,
give me the high for Eli.
The closest for Eli, 35, 2015.
Okay. Yeah,
Eli Manning. Right. I'm sorry, Eli Manning is just trash.
How many times did he crack 35? Once.
He cracked 33 times. He got 29 once, so fell short. Every other
Tony
year.
Romo was better than Eli Manning.
Eli Manning is just not a good quarterback. I don't care. He makes a lucky throw. He not even a lucky throw. There was a lucky catch. Because I'm sorry, Eli Manning, you know what makes Eli Manning good is the fact that he could show up in games when it was needed. But honestly, let's be real. Eli Manning is just a tier above Trent Dilfer.
You know what the good Eli has something going for him. It's that he's too dumb for his own good, basically. Like he took a lot of risks that he probably shouldn't have, and come playoff time, they ended up working out.
Yeah.
And a lot of flack on him.
Yeah. I mean, God, if you look at Matt Stafford in Detroit, he had over 45,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
45,000 passing yards on a horrible ass team.
If Eli Manning's drafted by Detroit, he's out of the league.
Oh my God, yes. Oh God. And he's just another bust. Yeah. He's up there. He's up there mentioned with Cooper Manning.
Eli would have forced his way out like he did with San Diego that year.
But I'm saying he spends 10 years in Detroit.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
And the only reason why Eli Manning was able to pull the crap that he pulled is because he's Peyton's little brother. That's it. The Manning name is what made his career. Period. So the whole point is, and
Look at Cooper Manning. He makes a lot of money.
Being Cooper.
His nephew's probably going to be better than him and Peyton.
Oh my God, Archie, we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe.
My whole thing is this, though. I think you're absolutely right, guys. I think that if Matt Stafford wins another Super Bowl,
you've got to put him in if he wins another one.
And here's the thing: if Aaron Rodgers is going to go into the Hall of Fame with one Super Bowl, with all of the blunders he's had, Matt Stafford should go in.
Well,
because the thing is,
Eli Manning's a better argument. Like,
well,
Rodgers is going to go ahead of Eli.
Rodgers is light years ahead of Eli, but the problem is, you want to talk about a guy who's underachieved. We can talk about Aaron,
maybe.
Yeah, and
team success-wise, maybe. I don't think individually he's underachieved.
Well, I mean, he hasn't shown up at some of the big games. He's had a couple of big games where he's sort of fallen short.
There's one more thing about the Matthew Stafford argument that we haven't talked about yet. And I know it's like a different league. It's a passers league 100% today, but Stafford is one of those quarterbacks that put up big numbers in the, what I'd call like the transition years, where you still had heavy workhorse backs in the league. They were just starting to fade out. So he put up big numbers, and I know he had Calvin Johnson, but takes two to tango. So Calvin Johnson had Matthew Stafford help him.
That's not even fair to even bring him up.
I know. I'm just saying. No. Here's the point that I'm getting at. Despite all of that, the pace that Matthew Stafford is on, if he does win another Super Bowl, fantastic. Even if he doesn't change this, he will finish top 10 in the history of the NFL in passing yards.
Oh, easy.
Imagine
he's 5 yards away from 50,000 right now.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine he gets another Super Bowl and he finishes top 10. You've got to put him in. You got to put him in. And, we'll see where he's at on like the other records, like touchdowns, completion percentage, and stuff like that. But I feel like if he gets another Super Bowl, he's for sure going to get in.
Well, I agree. Well, here's the thing too. In 11, 12, and 13, he played all 16 games, and he's got almost 15,000 yards in those 3 years. 5,038 in 2011, 49.67. You might as well just say 5,000 yards, and then 46.50.
Does anybody even remember any of his head coaches in Detroit?
I know he had
Jim Caldwell.
I know he had Jim Caldwell. I know that. And Matt Patricia.
Yeah, Matt Patricia. I almost forgot his name.
And then, of course, this year we had Ankle Biter. Ankle Biter. Ankle Biter McGillicuddy, I think his name is.
Cocaine sniffer.
Cocaine Ankle Biter McGillicuddy.
Worst thing for him was getting let go from Miami, because then he lost his direct cocaine.
I just don't think we should hold Detroit over him.
I don't think so either.
Nah.
I think Scott's being a little bit mean. A little hard on.
I think he was a little mean in the Zach Taylor article too.
Yeah. But you know what? That's what you pay him the big bucks for.
Scott going for biting ankles today.
Dude, Scott's just looking to bust some chops, man. Scott don't care.
When's the Employee of the Month award for January?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. So let's shift a little. So you guys want to start talking a little bit of NBA and then go to the gaming, or do you want? You know what? Let's talk about the trade. Let's talk about the big trade. Let's talk about soft ass James Harden being traded for soft ass Ben Simmons. Two softies swapping cities. Now, last week we started to talk about this a little bit. Did we talk about this in depth? Jackson? I can't.
I don't think we talked about it in depth because it still hadn't happened yet.
It still hadn't happened, but now we got Trey. I know Trey's going to bring some heat.
Yeah.
What do you think of the? What do you?
Trey
think?
didn't write the article. He said he would if James Harden got traded because.
First of all, Cervantes that the second it got done, so that's not fair.
So you got to blame.
I know because I put in Slack. I said, hey, we should probably get this up because it's gaining traction. Trey's like, where are you seeing this? It's not happening. He's like, I'll do it if it happens, you know. And then
but Cervantes was just like, hold my beer.
15 seconds in, Cervantes claimed the post.
Oh, snap. Chad throwing even more fire. Chad coming out with Pokemon level Hadoukens. Called Ben Simmons' mom. Number one, he called Bean Simmons. I don't know who Bean Simmons is. But apparently Bean Simmons' mom is a hoe.
Yeah, he don't like Ben Simmons at all.
Oh,
is there a person in Philly that does right now?
Apparently Chad is not a fan of Bean Simmons. Or
now that's a post.
Yeah. I don't know, but
Simmons, and why does Chad Bauman not like him?
Yeah, well, why does Chad hate Bean? Show us on the doll where Bean Simmons touched you, Chad. He don't get a proper first name.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
Man.
So sorry, so Trey. What do you think softy versus softy for softy? What are your thoughts?
I kind of said this on the cheese episode I had with Jared, but I just would have never let James Harden pet my belly like that. Like, I just don't understand where Philadelphia had any leverage. It just never made any sense to me. Sean Marks basically just let James Harden have his way. There was no reason to let him have his way, but he did anyway. Philadelphia would have had to clear like $55 million in cap space to sign Harden outright, and Harden would have had to take less to sign with them. He was only going to ever go there on some kind of like sign trade.
Right.
So this idea that like that trade wouldn't have been there in the offseason for the Nets, I just don't buy that. Like, in what world is Philadelphia trading Simmons, Tobias Harris, and like a couple other guys and taking zero salary back? It's just not happening. The Brooklyn Nets had them by the balls, and they just rolled over and like, hey, here you go, James. Here you go, James. Like,
it wasn't just that. Philly gave up no major piece.
None. They didn't get Maxey. They didn't even get Thibault.
No, Thibault, Maxey. It was Seth Curry and Andre Drummond. That was it.
Yeah.
And some picks.
And they gave up 4 picks to get Harden, which is my whole argument. Okay, you're going to give up on this Harden thing, fine. You better fucking match Jared Allen and Karis LeVert. You better do that at least. Because why the fuck did we trade for Harden in the first place?
I think at the end of the day, the craziest part about the whole thing to me is like you said, they just really just caved to him. And Harden just whined his way out of yet another team. Now, granted, if you want to try to make an argument that he was fed up with the BS coming from Mr. Flat Earth, but still, why did you make it easy? You made it way too easy. Kyrie, for as much of a nutnik as he is, you still had all the leveraging power on Harden. You could have banished him to NBA Siberia. You could have sent his ass to Detroit if you really wanted to get rid of him that bad.
Major market for max contracts, Detroit.
Right. But what did you do? You sent him down to interstate, which is where he wanted to be.
Prior to the trade, the Philadelphia 76ers had a 0% chance to win the NBA title. That no longer is the case.
No.
Now it's up there.
I mean,
although they're not gonna, because James Harden is gonna buckle like a belt, fold like a box.
Brooklyn better hope Philadelphia doesn't beat them.
Oh my God!
They better hope.
If Philly beats them,
well, key
Brooklyn
to that is KD getting back. KD's been hurt for a while now.
Well, the thing is, though, if Brooklyn falls to Philly, dude, KD is going to force his way out. KD will force his way out.
It's their own fault.
It really is. And the thing is, all Giannis is going to do, Giannis is going to be licking his chops. He's just sitting there watching all of this BS turmoil in the Eastern Conference. He's like, well, the only ones that I have to worry about are down there in Chicago. All these other teams are imploding on each other. And no, James Harden cannot and will not lead us. I guarantee you what's going to happen is James Harden is going to rub Joel Embiid the wrong way. Joel Embiid is going to probably rock that chin, and that beard is not going to pad the punch.
Yeah. I agree with Chad on that. But the thing is like,
but you're going to need
Harden and
Embiid.
Harden and Embiid in the playoffs, they both kind of have folded in elimination games or game sevens. There's been times where both of them hadn't played well. Like for the 76ers last year, we talk about Ben Simmons. The year before that, it was Embiid. Embiid had the bad series. Right. And that was the reason why they lost.
Right.
And it's I don't know, man. Like they've got a lot of pieces in place. Kudos to Philly.
They're pretty good though.
For somehow. I mean, they are good. They are good, and I think they have an excellent supporting cast.
Well, I think you want to talk about the steal of the decade so far. It's this trade. Philly got everything.
I think so.
Philly got it all. Even a casual ass basketball fan like me can see. Like, this is a
I think John Mark should be embarrassed today. I really do.
I think the Nets can never win a trade, you know. And if you want a sneak peek or like a preview, I guess, of something I've been working on in the background for the YouTube is take the Nets from like 3-4 years ago and the Nets now after all these trades, everything that they've made. Are they better off than when they Mike Atkinson as their head coach with D'Lo and Jared Allen?
Yes.
D'Lo, Jared Allen, Kellis LeVert, are they off better because they're in the bubble right now? They would be in the bubble right now.
We'll see what
I think they're better, but not by much.
I seriously think the Nets.
Jared Allen's an all-star now.
I seriously think
it's mostly because Durant is worth more than all of those guys combined.
I know Durant's worth more than all of them, but I'm talking about just like you could have kept those guys like because the big decision, their big leap was to trade for James Harden.
Right.
And then look where it's gotten them. So because of the James Harden.
This trade makes zero sense.
Exactly.
It was an idiotic trade. It was honestly, and I'll take it a step further. You want to talk about the Nets now have cost themselves so much credibility for as long as this regime, this GM regime all the way down have their jobs, they have zero credibility. They basically what they told every other team in the league is we'll do whatever you want us to do. They literally just laid down. They didn't just rub James Harden's belly. They gave a reach around to the whole damn league.
I do think there's a chance it might not matter.
Why is that?
Only because Durant's that good, right? He's a toe away from winning the NBA Finals last year. They had nobody. Like Harden was a show himself. He was better off not playing in that entire series. Kyrie wasn't even out there. If Joe Harris just makes like one shot because he missed everything that went his way, they won the title.
Problem is though, is that Kevin Durant is 33 years old and injuries are starting to catch up to him. Yeah, he's always going to have
the MVP though.
He's always going to have that shot. Always. Problem is though, is being able to move up and down the court. That injury is going to keep hampering him. And take it from me, someone who's on the wrong side of 30, ain't even in 30 no more. Once those injuries start catching up to you, it's going to keep happening and keep happening. Maybe if he was doing DDP yoga, but he ain't.
He came back from that Achilles injury pretty good though. I think better than anyone anticipated.
No, I'm not saying he didn't, but the problem is though, is that he keeps every time I turn around and I'm looking, he's getting hurt. And I'm sorry, Kyrie, you're especially, I'm sorry, Kevin Durant is not going to be able to do it on his own. He's only going to have Kyrie Irving 50% of the time when they're out. And the thing is, Kyrie Irving, if he even feels like playing, if Kyrie even feels like being bothered to do anything, Kyrie Irving is so busy running his mouth and doing the dumb shit. You can't depend on him.
I do think Brooklyn blew it. I think they would have found a way to win it with Harden.
I seriously think, honestly, if they called me tomorrow and said, Bryan Tann, we want you with Jackson Law and Trey Daubert backing you up because you don't watch enough NBA to know exactly what you're doing, I get rid of Kyrie as quick as possible. Granted, trade deadline is over. It's over. So I look at this season, whatever happens, happens.
I don't think he can do that.
then you know
I think
what?
you do that. Durant leaves.
Well, I have
It's a very
I
fluid league these days. No one stays.
I have a sit down with Durant, and I just say, look, man, do you want, like, how badly do you want to win?
I think Kyrie might retire if they trade him.
Well, then let him. Let him. The man's a cancer.
I don't even know where he would go.
Dude, the guy's a cancer, and he's the worst kind of. He is prostate and colon cancer in one human package.
Detroit. What am I thinking?
Detroit.
pair him up with Cade.
There we go. And Marvin Bagley. Big three.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy Grant's still there.
Right.
What did Uncle Drew do to you? You know what? I just have no
That
patience.
movie was horrible, wasn't it?
You know what? I've never liked Kyrie Irving. I think I like Kyrie Irving less than I like LeBron, and I used to hate LeBron back in the
I used
day.
to love Kyrie. I watched that movie. It made me not like him.
I have no desire to ever watch that movie. Like, honestly, if I'll tell
really
you what, right now, if Trey came to me and Trey said, if you want to keep your position here at Vendetta, you have to watch Uncle Drew. I'm gonna say I fucking quit. I quit. Deuces. The only other way that I would quit Vendetta is if Trey said that I had to be a mentor again. And again, double deuces. I just, you know what? Here's what I dislike about Kyrie. You know what I see when I see Kyrie? I see so much potential and so much wasted over just being an idiot. And he would rather get so much attention on himself off the court that he ain't doing what he needs to do on the court. At least LeBron, he has taken all of that potential and just taken it to the next level. I may not always agree with LeBron, but I cannot deny LeBron. I may not see LeBron as a GOAT, but I'm willing to have the conversation of why he is.
Kyrie probably has another ring if he stays with LeBron instead of going to Boston.
Here's the thing.
Oh!
Chad, you're never allowed on the Tanndemonium Sports Show. How about that? How about that, Chad? How about that, Chad? Why don't you go braid your beard?
Why don't we talk about more inspirational topics like Derek White? You know?
You know what?
I don't know what the Spurs were thinking, man. Brad Stevens finally did something good with that front office chair.
I'll tell you what, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's exactly what the Celtics needed.
You know what?
Somebody that can pass it.
You got him for nothing. You got him for nothing, basically.
Well, and then on there with the Celtics.
Romeo Langford?
First round pick.
No, you haven't been on my show, and that comment.
Yeah,
is wild.
but like
that comment is
if you're in
wild.
the playoffs and it's like late 20s.
You know what?
Do you
though?
trust Brad?
Pick.
Do you trust Brad Stevens to hit on a pick that late in the draft?
I think with Brad
I don't think
Stevens,
he's had a draft pick yet, so it's hard to say.
Exactly.
I still remember when Brad Stevens first came into to Boston. I was living up there at the time. I was listening to a lot of Boston sports radio, which really made me hate sports, to be honest. Listen to Boston sports radio really made me start to hate sports. It really did. Brad Stevens came in with a whole lot of expectation. And I think that the fact that he's even still around and still doing stuff, I think it's a compliment to what he's at least been able to kind of get done. I mean, I don't know. I really don't have a dog in the fight. This is like whenever Josh Taylor and I start talking about wrestling and Jackson is just kind of there being eye candy. I'm in the same boat at that point. I will say this, though. Boston bringing back Daniel Theus and dumping off Dennis Schroeder, Enes Freedom, and Bruno Fernando. He must be related to Bruno Mars somehow.
No, Bruno Fernando should not be in the league. He is one of the worst players in the league. I do not know how that man is still on an NBA roster.
Because his name is Bruno. There's got to be a space for someone named Bruno. Bruno rhymes with Jello. There's always room for him.
He's fine.
I gotta start playing more 2K22. That's how I learn about basketball.
I'm worth my guy.
we haven't talked about this trade yet.
Oh, and shout out, Joe Compton has returned. Guess who's back? Back again.
See, I really wish that Eminem would have sang something Slim Shady-ish at the halftime.
But you don't
show.
think "Lose Yourself" was enough? I mean, Matt Stafford lost himself.
I mean, sure, every white dude on both sides was getting hyped to it, but
Eminem is the guy that can bridge the races together.
Exactly.
Eminem brings black and white together. Kid Rock tried and then failed miserably.
Yeah, no, it was M all along. Always has been
M.
Always
M
will be.
M is, yeah.
But the Halliburton and Sabonis trade.
Tyrese
Halliburton.
Aardvark Sabonis Jr. Aardvark Sabonis.
Man. See, I'm still on the side that the Kings should not have gotten rid of Halliburton.
Dude, you were about in your feelings on when the Kings were making trades, man. You were about
fire. Like, I want to trade. I wish we could trade the Kings.
Joe Compton, 50 Cent repping vampires everywhere. Dude, 50 Cent is about like looking to be in Lost Boys 4. Lost Men, because you don't call a black man boy.
With the Sacramento Kings, like, you know how the NBA is always trying to improve its relations with China? What better way to do that than we trade an NBA franchise to China and we get a Chinese franchise in return? So bring the Shanghai Sharks, or whatever they're called, that all the ex-NBA players go to, bring them into the NBA, and we will give them the Sacramento Kings.
Dude, all you're going to do is you're probably going to cause World War III. There's no way in hell China would accept the Sacramento Kings. Matter of fact, the only way you could make international relations worse is if you sent the Kings and the Pistons. Dude, China was so.
Hold on.
I take the. Listen, we can't give up one of our top free agent markets, okay? To China.
You know what? Fine. If you said, matter of fact, you would make it even worse if you said, "Listen, China, we'll take the Sharks, and in return, we'll send you the Kings, the Pistons, and the Lions, with an option for the Jaguars." Huh? Man, China would call in America's debt so fast it'll make the head spin. Should we all be brushing up our Mandarin?
Jackson, I want to ask you about the Mavericks Wizards trade.
I was just getting
first off, thank God Porzingis is out of the Southwest Division in the Western Conference, because he was a thorn in the side of the Grizzlies. So thank God he's gone. I have absolutely no idea why Dallas would do this. Like, I know Porzingis.
That's the opinion I have.
Like, I know Porzingis hasn't necessarily lived up to the hype, but he has been playing much better this season than Bertans and Dinwiddie.
Yeah,
100%. I don't understand why they would do that.
Wasn't there heat between him and Luka? Wasn't there heat with them?
That's not a reason to make a trade, though, is it?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to keep the star of your franchise happy, like, maybe they just had so much heat that
but it's like, even if they did, it's not been reported on as much as it has between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and they're still a duo with the sliding jazz.
They literally ate two of the worst contracts in the league, Dallas, just to get rid of Porzingis.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, who would have wanted Dinwiddie right now?
That's a good point.
No one.
That's a point. That's a point.
Bertans can do one thing: shoot. Right now, he can't shoot.
Nope.
And Courtney's right. I mean, hey, if they grown, make them work it out. I mean, but you know what? Maybe they're built differently over there. I mean,
maybe
you saw what happened when the Morris twins were trying to go after what's your homeboy's name in Denver, Jackson?
Oh, Jokic.
Yeah, where his brothers are about to go like mob deep on him. Maybe they're built differently over there. Send the Morris twins to China.
Yeah, no, I got ticked after the I forget which one plays for the Clippers, but he laid out Ja going up for a dunk, and I was like, get him out of the league, get him out.
I like this trade for Wizards though. Beal's out for the year. They literally can run whatever they want through Porzingis and trade him for more in the offseason.
Yeah. Well,
Kyle Kuzma's been balling ever since he's gotten away from LeBron. Imagine that.
Well, do you
Ball
think,
would get away from LeBron.
I know. That's what I was insinuating.
well, do you think though that do you think with a person like Porzingis, do you think that all this does is sort of make him like at this point, all he is a journeyman. People are just like bringing him in for like short term and then just tossing him. So
like, I feel like he should have had a home with Dallas. Like, I don't understand what the Mavericks were doing in this. I think him ending up in Washington is just stupidity and a lack of solid judgment on the part of the Mavericks.
They literally did this trade to re-sign Dorian Finney-Smith. Doesn't make any sense.
no.
Well, I mean,
What are they going to do with Jalen Brunson? Like, they're scared they're going to lose Jalen Brunson. Well, now they basically pushed Jalen Brunson out the door.
Yeah, and they gave up all that money to Tim Hardaway Jr. in the offseason, and they tried to move him at the deadline, and they couldn't.
And Hardaway Jr. is nowhere near the player his dad was.
They're botching this whole thing.
He should have to change his name.
Yeah, and for Mark Cuban, a man that said that, you know, if it comes between keeping Luka in Dallas and keeping his wife, he said that his wife would be in touch with his divorce lawyer. Then he better, if things keep going the way they are, then, you know, he may be having to holler at his divorce lawyer.
Well, the thing is, what I think what maybe he's doing is, now just hear me out here. I was watching the NBA like mad when you had a star on a team and you built around them, and that one star, that was their team. I stopped watching when all these stars started building super teams together. Do you think maybe it's the matter of maybe Luka wants this team to be his team, and that's the way Cuban's trying to build it?
I don't think you can necessarily win like that in the modern NBA, because even Giannis's championship last year, Chris Middleton's an all-star and Drew Holiday's one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah, but they're not like super duper. Like they're not guys.
I know they're not super duper stars, but it's like, who does Dallas have right now? They completely botched it. They had a max contract slot and they gave all that money away to Tim Hardaway Jr. and what's his name, Smith.
I think there's a stat out there that Luka has run more pick and rolls through Dwight Powell than he has through Kristaps Porzingis.
So maybe it's just a matter of Porzingis maybe he's just not worth the money to them. Maybe they feel like they can get.
Well, I think that's how they feel.
Yeah, they can get that body from someone else for Luka to run that pick and roll and make it work, and then they don't have to worry about, because Porzingis is
run more pick and rolls through Dwight Powell.
Well, not only that, but also you figure Porzingis sees himself in a particular way. He's not going to get the ball like that, like he wants. So I think it's more just for team continuity, and they figure they got guys in there that aren't going to demand the ball the way Porzingis would be. See, I can talk the shit even if I don't deal with all that.
I just don't think hoping that Luka hits 13 threes a night like he did 2 weeks ago. I just don't know if that's a sustainable winning strategy.
Jackson, where does Dinwiddie even fit in?
He's poor man's Luka right now. They're the
insurance if you lose Brunson.
I'd rather have Brunson.
Exactly. Right.
This isn't even like good insurance. This is like your premium. You have to
this
pay
is beyond
everything.
Insurance. This is in case shit.
This is Spencer Dinwiddie. He's like a jail bond, place.
Damn. He's Chico's bail bonds.
Exactly. Everybody's got that place.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to go into our final segment. We're going to talk some a little bit more of proving how the Olympics is just really, really corrupt. And then we're going to talk some Cyberpunk 2077 and what this could mean is this the fussing and the anger toward Cyberpunk finally gonna, are they gonna vindicate this with this update? Or is this just putting a bow on a pig? We'll see. We'll be right back. We'll talk about it here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show. We're broadcasting live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media, broadcasting every week live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. In case you hadn't heard, your favorite Renegade Sports Media Group has its own Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media to support our efforts to continuously bring you sports, gaming, and other media coverage as only we can. We've got 4 different membership tiers. For $3 a month, we'll give you a simple thank you on our Patreon site. For $6 a month, you get a thank you and you get to become a recruit in Jackson Law's Vendetta University Gaming Series. For $10 a month, you get everything from the previous tiers, a special thank you at the end of our videos, free access to our upcoming Discord chat, and a free koozie after 4 months. And then the big dog, $50 a month, gets you everything from the previous tiers, as well as opportunities for Fantasy League invites, stream gaming, possible invites to mock NFL and NBA draft sessions, a once-a-month Google Hangout, and after 4 months, a free t-shirt. Yeah! Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media and help us to improve our pledge to bring you the best sports, gaming, and other media coverage.
All right, we're back in the final segment here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live here on Twitch TV/Vendetta Sports Media. Hit us up, hit the show up on Twitter at Tanndemonium VSM. The NFL season is over, so you won't get me every Sunday, but I will still be putting up some stuff. Got to keep it going. Hit up Vendetta Sports Media as well at media_Vendetta, where you're going to get all of our content. Go to vendettasportsmedia.com as well. Get it all firsthand. Don't worry about waiting for it to hit social media or on Instagram. Vendetta Sports Media as well. Of course, we haven't had a lot going on over there, but that's not our fault. Anywho.
Okay. Real quick. Got to say this. Eagles fans are wilding right now on Twitter.
What are they whining about? What's Chad whining about now?
Well, because there's like rumors and like people are just like having an open discussion about should the Eagles pursue either Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson in the offseason. And every single one of them I'm seeing is like, nah, we're sticking with Jalen Hurts. He's our guy.
Yeah.
Well, I know Trey has a lot to say about that because Trey hates Jalen Hurts.
Oh, he stinks.
Yeah, well, Chad is shocked, Jackson. He the fact that him and his fan base are wilding. This is news.
Yeah,
this is news. This is news to Graybeard.
If the Eagles move on from Jalen Hurts, one NFL team is going to be real lucky to land him.
Here's my thing. Do you think Jalen Hurts do you think the issues with Jalen Hurts is the system, or is he just that damn bad?
I actually think Nick Sirianni did a hell of a job with him this year.
He's just not going to. So basically, are you saying Jalen Hurts is Trent Dilfer without the success, without the Super Bowl?
Jalen Hurts is a pretty good athlete that isn't a very good quarterback.
Would you say that he's on? Who do you think's better than Jalen Hurts, Terrell Pryor or Jamarcus Russell?
Well, I think Jalen Hurts' work ethic is better than both of those guys, so he's at least made it in the league.
And at least Jalen Hurts ain't get stabbed by his girlfriend either. But that's neither here nor there. All right, let's talk a little bit about the hypocrisy of the Olympics. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah.
Kamila,
I haven't watched any of the Olympics. So.
Russian skater Kamila Valieva was allowed to compete in the Winter Olympics after testing positive for a banned drug. Now, it's a heart medication that's banned because it can be looked at as a performance-enhancing drug. However, Sha'Carri Richardson was kicked off the U.S. Olympic team for the Summer Olympics for using weed. Now, I'm not attacking a 15-year-old girl. I'm not. I am attacking the Olympic Committee that makes these decisions because I'm sorry. How do you ban someone for a pain-killing natural substance, but you allow someone to compete while using what could clearly be a performance enhancer? Because I'm sorry, weed does a lot of things. It ain't going to improve you. It ain't going to improve your speed.
It's just geopolitics is what it is.
I'm in pretty good shape right now, Brian Tan. I've been running laps.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty. Oh, do you think weed has made your muscles more flexible?
I think so.
Really?
I mean, ask Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams, man. I think part of Ricky Williams' problem is that his braids were way too long, which was way too much weight on his head. So his head, he's hurting his neck trying to stand up straight, and that's why he had to smoke so much weed. Yeah, no, I know.
But I think
I have issue with this though. I have issue with
I think it's all just stemming from the fact that Russia's just a big bully in the Olympic community is bending their knee to Russia. And it makes no sense from a competitive standpoint because they've said that if this Russian skater, if she wins, then the ceremony's canceled. So it's like, what? What you just everyone like you're not even handing out silver or bronze? Is that the case? Because then what's the
so it's like so she's allowed to compete, but there's going to be no ceremony. Yeah,
it's like
better.
I guess let her compete, but just say it's like your score doesn't count. Doesn't matter if you have the best score. If you're going to let her compete, then just do that. But it's like if she wins,
so that's just like USC never won the national title. We just didn't play it that year. We just didn't do these events this year, huh? It's ridiculous. Like honestly, if you gonna ban the sister for smoking weed, then you should have banned this girl too. That's accurate.
I don't know, Chad. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, you know what? At least Chad is being honest. I think I'm willing to come on Chad's show again. I'm not mad at Chad. Chad guy's beef has been squashed now because he made that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, see, it's
quick,
easy.
Quick
it's
beef
easy.
Squash right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get along with Bryan Tan. You don't have to blacklist me. So, I mean, honestly, I don't watch the Olympics anyway. I think the Olympics is.
I haven't watched a second of it.
I haven't watched the Olympics in over a decade. To be honest,
I was actually gonna watch it, and then when they said the NHL players weren't allowed in it, I was like, we're gonna pass.
I just don't care about the Olympics anymore. I really don't. It's all a sham. It's all politics. Besides soccer and I think it's FIFA. You want to talk about among the most that and the boxing commissions, one of the most corrupt athletic organizations in the world is the Olympics, both summer and winter. Throw the boxing commissions in there as well.
I would like to raise FIFA committee.
Oh yeah, well they're in there. They're in there. I mean, they're the quad factor.
Just come up the Deflategate stuff was nonsense.
Honestly, look, the NFL is going to do
that
whatever.
Happened like 2 weeks ago or something.
Apparently they came up with something that now the Deflategate wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. Now they don't care.
Now you know what? The NFL is full of it too. You know what? Matter of fact, let's just look at it for what it is. Pretty much all the sports is corrupt. Oh man. Oh wow. See, you'll never catch my ass on a bobsled ever.
Let's make it happen.
No.
I'll go down there with you.
Hey, what's the name of that Disney movie from like the early 2000s about the Jamaican bobsledding team? I love that movie.
90s, and it was Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, that's it. Yeah, love that movie,
dude. I love the fact that John Candy just rolls in. I'm sorry, a bunch of black guys in a sled makes you blush. I'm like, yeah, John Candy, let him know. John Candy knew what time it was. John Candy would kneel with Kaepernick, I think.
Cool Runnings, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't remember it.
Awesome.
Great movie.
Oh man,
I hadn't seen it in probably 2 decades, but man,
I love the fact that the Swedes were messing. The Swedish team was messing with the timid brother, and then as soon as Malik Yoba walked up, they got real nervous real quick. They're like, whoa, we don't want to mess with you. You have a bald head. We're scared now.
Yeah. Hey, if you're upset with the Winter Olympics, just go watch Cool Runnings, and then you're good. You're good.
Here's why you'll never catch me doing anything winter sports related. Here's why. I'm afraid to be on ice skates ever again because people fall. right? Well, you fall, your digits are out there. What if someone's skating by and they're not paying attention and them blades get sharp as hell so they can get the rightness? Someone runs over your damn hand. Now your fingers are all over the floor looking like Din Djarin chiclets from Game of Thrones when the mountain socked him in his grill piece. Man, hell no, I ain't getting on no damn ice.
I never tried it.
You know what? I used to think ice skating was fun. And then I realized my ankles and my back would hurt because when you rent the when you rent the skates, I need a size 15 skate, maybe even a size 16. They never have anything bigger than a 13. So now I'm squeezing these little tiny ass shoes. So now my ankles and my back hurt, which means I'm falling on the ground. And I swear, if somebody runs over my hand and I lose a digit, I'm punching someone in their face with my good hand. F that. How do you know Trey would be terrible at ice skating, Chad? That's rude.
I trust Chad's knowledge.
No, whatever. I'm mad at Chad again. I'm fickle as hell. But no, Trey probably would be bad at it. I want to see Trey try to do dance on ice skates.
That I can do.
You can
on ice skates? No, I can do that.
I want to see Trey trying to dance on. I want to see Trey trying to dance. I'm sending Trey the invite for I would invite Jackson, but Jackson's going to show
You're
up.
not a terrible runner, Chad.
Jackson's going to show up with COVID. I can't have Jackson coming to the wedding with COVID. That's why he couldn't go to the
Hey,
Super.
I'm good now. I'm good.
No, you're obviously you're not because your internet keep freezing because you gave it COVID.
I didn't give it COVID.
Yeah, obviously you did, Jackson. We just saw your internet freeze.
Well, that's not my fault.
Obviously it is because you gave your internet COVID.
Monopolies, man. So great.
Apparently Trey's upper body doesn't move when he runs. So basically, so Trey runs with his arms stuck to his side. He just moves his legs. He's looking like a Sonic the Hedgehog, but he's just not moving his arms. And then Trey's like, well, see, Trey's trying to use his guns trying to run, so I gotta do it too. I don't like running. Running annoys me.
Nah, I hate running too.
I gotta try to run tomorrow because the dog looked outside today. Miss Odette looked outside today and she saw the sun was out. She's like, we gotta go outside. I'm like, nah, chill. It's too cold. It's too cold. I'm a wimp when it comes to cold weather. If it's in the 30s, I'm not going outside.
My Rocky IV instincts kick in when he's in the snow and he's got that thing on his neck. I just love it.
Man,
Do you stand on top of a mountain and yell Drago just over and over again?
Man, you better quit smoking crack. Going outside in the cold.
I love it.
You better get that glass dick out between your lips.
I'm serious. When I move to Vegas, I think I'm going to miss it a little bit.
No. No. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'll tell you something right now. See, I wouldn't want to go to Las Vegas because I don't want to, because there's a lot of crazy ass people in Las Vegas. I heard
No.
Oh no,
Jackson, it wasn't bad. Tell him.
I really didn't see anything that bad.
When you get away from the strip and you start getting into some of the surrounding areas, I heard them.
I mean, to be fair, the one like the casino that we went to, it wasn't like too far down on the strip.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to be cold no more, to be honest. I might if Vendetta truly does move out to Vegas and Trey's actually gonna like pay me, I might move out there. But I just bought this house though, so I'd probably have to rent it to somebody. I'd probably do it because I'm tired of being cold, and I want it to be so hot.
You can't complain about the heat and the cold.
Well, I know that's true. I want it to be warm enough though. Like I want it to be hot, but not so hot that like I'm miserable. But I do want to be able to cook chicken on a rock though. I want to be able to cook my food on a rock. I want to be able to go out in the desert and cook my food on a rock. I can do that in Vegas. I want to try it. I want to try it. But I ain't going to go to Tahoe because something tells me I wouldn't like it.
I liked it a lot, actually.
You like Tahoe? Okay. Maybe they'll let me go see where Michael Corleone's house was. I don't know. You know what? If I do out to Vegas, this is what I want. I want to go visit all the places where The Godfather was at and where that movie Fools Rush In was. I want to see all those places. The key is to get tinted windows. Oh, I ain't getting up early enough to do stuff at 9 a.m. That's a little too early for Bryan Tan. Oh, but if it gets that hot, maybe I complain about, you know what? I just can't. I'm just not satisfied. I'm like Prince's mom.
It's a different kind of heat, though. Like the humidity, it's not there.
I just will make it an effort to not visit in the hot months.
Fair enough. Okay. Ocean's 11, y'all can say, all right, cool. All right. So before we close out, as we're talking about why Bryan Tan isn't satisfied anywhere he goes, because Bryan Tan just gets miserable with the weather. CD Projekt released the update to Cyberpunk 2077, which means that now it is all set up for the current gen consoles. Now, Jackson, you played Cyberpunk on the PC when it first came out. I played it on the 1X. I didn't have any technical issues. I had no issues with freezing. I had no problems. Did you have any problems?
It wasn't too bad. I had a few bugs and glitches.
Do you think that this update now, do you think with what they've done, do you think that it's going to remedy the hate that Cyberpunk 2077 has had? And do you think that the best is yet to come? Because we haven't been getting a lot of the real meat DLC that we've been promised, because this is what they've been working on.
Yeah, I still think people are a little salty because the game probably shouldn't have come out for quite a long time. It just didn't feel finished, even when I completely beat it. I was like, there still feels like there's a lot missing. It's kind of an empty city. There's not too much to do in ways of like side things besides just side missions, and all the side missions are just go to this place, kill some people, or sneak around, steal something, and then run away. That's about all there was to do. It's not like to GTA level where you could really honestly just like goof off. And specifically GTA 4. GTA 4 had the best just random things to do to lose yourself in the game.
GTA 5 did a good job of coming back with it. I think if GTA 5 didn't put so much focus on GTA Online, I think you would have gotten the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure, but just give me some DLC, maybe find some features that were hidden in there that were supposed to be in the game and they took out that are still hidden in the background of the game. Like what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish your point, but this just in: Sidney Crosby of my Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm a minority of a minority of a minority of a minority owner. Has just scored his 500th career goal against the Philadelphia Flyers. Congratulations to Sid the Kid, who's no longer a kid.
McGinnis punching the air right now.
You can have Hart, the goalie, in fantasy.
So go ahead, finish your point there, J Law.
Oh no, I was just gonna say there's a bunch of missing features. Like there was some club stuff that I know that got taken out. There was supposed to be like a fast travel system where it was, but you hopped on like the train, basically the city's version of a subway system that you could have hopped on just easily on and off. Just small things like that. If we could get some of that stuff back, that'd be cool. Probably not, but let's see what the DLC has to offer.
Don't you dare throw any shade, Joe Compton. Do you realize if Sidney Crosby was out for what, almost 2 seasons because of concussion? If Sidney Crosby wouldn't have been out that long, plus Sidney Crosby's game Sidney Crosby's game is way different than Alexander Ovechkin's. Sidney Crosby is more of a facilitator. That's why his assist totals. Now, I'm not a huge hockey aficionado, but I do know Sidney Crosby's game. Sidney Crosby he can score, but he's more of a facilitator. He's the assist guy. He's the guy that takes up a lot of the main bulk of the defense and passes it off to someone else. He ain't Ovi. He can't do what Ovi did.
Been a lot better than I thought they would be.
They really are. Honestly, I think the Penguins were better before Evgeny Malkin came back, to be honest. They were playing a lot better. When you got Evgeny Malkin doing whatever the hell Evgeny Malkin wants to do, that's an issue. When Chris Letang is actually finally playing the right way, Chad, you a straight up bitch. You just a straight up bitch.
The beef is back on, everybody.
You know what, Chad? It's going to take a lot to make me forgive you. I was willing to ignore the fact that you live in Philly. I was willing to let it slide. But now, if you was right in front of me, man, I'd slap the beard off you.
South Jersey, technically, for Chad.
Whatever. Fuck Jersey, too. No, because you know what? I'm mad at Jersey and FNJ.2. Oh, you just made the list. You want to know why I'm pissed off at Jersey? So I had to actually go through Jersey coming home from New Hampshire for my son's birthday. Now, they had the Easy Pass set up. Chad.
I imagine Chad's got some shooters out there.
Chad, I will finish you off like as if I were still eating gluten and I went to one of those cheesesteak places. You know what, Chad? I will shave you in your sleep. All right? I will shave your beard off your face and I will super glue it over your eyes. And I don't want your damn tomatoes. No, so Jersey has Easy Pass. When I went through the thing, it said, just go through. We'll send you the thing. Yo, they charged me and said that it was a violation. I got charged $30 for the administration fee and $3 for the toll. Man, F New Jersey. And you know what? My wife's downstairs and she doesn't watch this show. So screw John Bon Jovi and Ralph Macchio for being from Jersey too.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I said it. I'm seeing if she's going to respond, but she's not. So anyway, Sidney Crosby, he's not a goal scorer. He's a facilitator, but shout out to him. So here's the thing, jumping back to Cyberpunk right quick. I think if we can start getting some more random features, like the random quest stuff, but get us some more story DLC as well that adds these things in, because that ending was just, depending on the ending, I think it was kind of good, but I want a little bit more.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so I've got the patch notes up here for the 1.5 patch.
All right, why don't you share your screen? Let's look at it together. Why do you have to be a gatekeeper to information, Jackson?
Let me
come on. Trey and I aren't gatekeepers to the misery that we have when it comes to doing things.
Don't show me this again.
We're not gatekeepers of that from you.
There we go.
I try to be.
Yeah.
All right. So here's all it's got. You got new weapons. This is across the board. So you got PS5, Xbox Series X, and S, as well as previous gen, and then of course PC/Stadia over here. So new weapons, additional apartments for V, a hairdressing mirror, rebalance of gameplay, economy, and loot systems, ray tracing, local shadows. That's big for next gen consoles. That's the language that gets every gamer's gets them hard. Various visual quality improvements previously added, it says over there. Okay. Improve crowd reactions and DualSense controller features.
Now that's only going to PS5 because that's their thing.
DualSense is the PlayStation controller.
Right. So some of that is pretty good. I think that's, and it's fixing. There's a lot of additional features as well that is more just stability and blah blah blah, which I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd be interesting to new apartments. That's a step in the right direction.
I think so.
I think rebalancing everything that may cause me to have to hop back in, create a new character, and see what that's all about.
Well, see, I had just started a new character. I was just getting ready to go meet with Dexter. I might just redo everything again. I might just delete that and start all over again. I just might. I don't know, Trey. You do some gaming. Have you played Cyberpunk?
I have not.
Does this mean anything to you?
No, I haven't played it.
Trey's so busy doing his Golden Knights rebuild, he doesn't care.
I'm getting a little sick of it though.
Yeah.
You hear that? This dog?
My dog was doing the same thing. I think my wife might have put her in the crate. That's why she hasn't been up here. I feel bad. I almost punted her out of a window before we went on air when it was just me and Courtney in the green room, because she has we let her chew on these Christmas toys that have the little voice box. So she likes chewing on them. Well, her thing is she likes to grab Santa up by the crotch, and then she puts her head in my lap trying to chew. And every so often she's almost pinching my thigh. And it's like, You pinch me, chewing on Santa, I'm gonna punch you. Now I don't advocate animal abuse. That's why I'm trying to push her off me. So I feel your pain when it comes to a dog. Like, what kind of dog are you rocking? Are you rocking a little foo-foo monster like Courtney is, or do you have an actual animal?
He's got an attitude on him.
What do you have?
The Husky Max.
You got a Husky. All right. See, I have a Labrador. I have a Labrador Pit Bull mix. So we both got attitudinal. You got a male, I got a female. So, but they both divas. Huskies are straight up divas anyway. Yeah. And then they got the nerve to want to answer back. Bitch, don't nobody care. Yeah. You want to impress me? You better sing Gold Digger. Even though I hate Kanye, that's the only song about Kanye that matters to me is Gold Digger. And that's not even Kanye's part. That's Jamie Foxx's. Now, if your dog did that, I'd be impressed. But otherwise, I say the hell with Huskies. You know what? No one asked you, Chad.
He deserved a little slander today. Just a little bit.
Yeah, no one asked you all that, Chad. No one asked you all that, talking all that trash. So that missed 2 seasons because of concussion. Man, concussions are serious business. Chad. You shave your beard. Look ridiculous. Wow, yeah, it did. It really did. This show went off the rails like it was a Plotaholic special. Because that's what I do on the other show. I always take everything off the rails. All right, so with that being said, we're going to start to shut it down. Make sure you follow Vendetta Sports Media all over social media, at media_Vendetta on the Twitter, Vendetta Sports Media on every single other kind of social media there is. Make sure you especially join the TikTok channel where you can see more of the Dancing Trey action figure.
Oh boy.
We're going to have videos of Trey getting drunk at the in April and dancing on the dance floor. Really? Really, Chad? Okay. Okay, Chad. Chad, okay. Okay, Chad. Chad, okay. We might have to. I might have to come out there and see. And you keep that up. I'm gonna have to come over there and see you there, bud.
I like when Chad gets in the mix.
See, I'm waiting for somebody other than Joe Compton to understand my references right there. Okay, Chad. Chad, okay. I'm about to come over there and see you there, bud. You're
real quickly, Brian. You'll love this. It's a kind of like a this day in history in sports. This day in 1999, Reggie White officially retired from the NFL. One of the greats.
And Jaromir Jagr turned 50 today.
Isn't he still playing somewhere too?
Somewhere, I don't know.
But here's the thing: someone pointed this out. So Reggie White still second all time in sacks with 198, and someone pointed out that his season record of 22, or like the record of 22 and a half will get beat at some point. But they wanted to also point this out that Reggie White got 21 sacks in 1987 when there was only a 12-game season.
Dude, Reggie White was Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald was even an itch in his daddy's pants. Man, ain't nobody afraid of Lyndon Toe. Matter of fact, I just had a conversation with Lyndon Toe. Me and Lyndon Toe were cool. Chad. Chad. You know what? You're just really spare parts.
Toe's getting in the middle of this.
For real.
He's being dragged down into it.
Seriously, man, you better leave young.
He's doing a good job.
You better leave young Lyndon out of this. Lyndon's
need doing a great job
with you. He don't need your influence. See, Lyndon should have had me as a mentor. You don't need no Chad. You know what, Chad?
If you were Lyndon, you'd still be doing it.
Yeah, it's true. If I had Lyndon, I would still be. But no. And I'll tell you something right now. Chad. Matter of fact, your name isn't even Chad anymore. It's just Chad. Pokemon sucks. How about that? Chad. Squirtle you in your face. Chad.
Yeah, but credit to Sophie because she's ridiculous at making those videos. Everyone should watch that. If anyone hasn't seen Sophie's Pokemon video, you need to watch it immediately.
Yeah. If it involves Sophie, definitely check it out.
It's the funniest thing I've seen in the entire month.
She's the goat.
So Sophie is about a goat. So Sophie is on point, and shout out to Courtney as well, getting it done in the producer slot. Oh, cash me outside, Bauman. How about that? Chad. Oh, I suck. You know what? Why don't you shove all the Pokemon? Why don't you catch all the Pokemon up your ass, Chad? Put your own head in your own ass and catch the Pokemon, Chad. Why don't you play Pokemon Go and walk into a wall, Chad? Not too hard.
No, but seriously, for anyone that hasn't seen Sophie's Pokemon video, watch it. It's must see.
Definitely. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the let me see if I can put that in the chat there. Oh, I don't have access to the comments. It's all right. I got one for you. No, I don't. There you go. There you go. Check out Sophie's. Matter of fact, Courtney, you have access to the Tanndemonium Twitter feed. Why don't you throw that in the Tanndemonium Twitter feed as well? And but no, in all seriousness, all joking around aside, make sure you check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. We're not just doing the Tanndemonium Sports Show. We have all kinds of stuff happening in the stream, even more coming up. Check out Chad in his Pokemon streams, doing a good job on that. Matter of fact, though, let you know how much Pokemon sucks. My son had the choice between the new Pokemon game and the new Legend of Zelda. You know what he chose? Legend of Zelda. Because screw Pokemon. But no, in all seriousness, check out what Chad's doing, because he's always coming correct with it and getting it done. Make sure you check us out on the YouTube as well, youtube.com/Vendetta Sports Media. Check out That's Some Cheese. That broadcasts exclusively on the YouTube channel. But you can also check out Trey whenever he feels like doing it. Ask Uncle Trey. Usually it happens after this show.
Yeah, I need to get back on it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. And you can also check the last word, which is Chad Bauman, exclusively on YouTube as well. Even though we're beefing right now. I kind of want Chad. I want to see. Matter of fact, if I live anywhere near Chad, I'd wait till he was asleep and I'd shave half of his beard off and nobody tell him. So he just walk around with half of a beard. I would do that just because Chad made me mad, because I can just be petty like that. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe to us if you're seeing us on the YouTube. And we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you lead word. What did I say? Last word? Just goes to show how much you mean to me, Chad. I can't remember the full name of your show.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. I misspoke. I didn't mean the lead word. I do apologize. In all seriousness, I do apologize, but no, you don't mean shit to me. This is what beefing with me does. But anyway, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and let everybody know what we're doing, because 2022, we're going to have a lot of great things happening, not just here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show, but just in general. So keep checking us out. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next week.